Absolute power corrupts absolutely. How's it going, YouTube lovers? This is the Evil Rammer. Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm doing the reaction video. Today, I'm reacting to the official trailer for Dune Part 3. I reacted to the teaser that was released, and it was a very, very good trailer. I am very excited for this. I really thought that both the Dune movies were fantastic. The second one I thought was a little weaker than the first, specifically because I think that Paul's character had a bit of a jump where he was, hard denying being the lisan al-Gaib, and then suddenly, like, 2 scenes after another denial scene, or even 1 scene after, he's just all in on using the fact that they call him the lisan al-Gaib to raise an army. It just felt like such a quick turnaround. I genuinely thought I missed a scene somehow when I watched in the theater. But Dune Part 3 is almost here, which is based off of the second book, Dune Messiah, and I am very excited for this. Again, we are getting closer. It's coming out in December. It's same day as Avengers Doomsday. I'm seeing both of those, but for different reasons. Doomsday, I want to see like right away because I don't want anyone to spoil it for me. This I want to see because I think it's going to be really freaking good. The last trailer again was great. Love the music, love the visuals. Very excited to check this out and see how Paul is going to keep going down this dark path that doesn't, again, I haven't read the books, but it's not looking good for Paul. So let's go ahead, check this trailer out and see what it has to offer. Oh, is that... Oh, hello.
I trusted you.
Oh, starting with a fight between them. Okay. Yeah, that relationship is not going to end well.
Never take power in your name.
Ooh, yeah.
You convinced me that this was your home.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
What do you know about me?
Paul is like straight up going down the dark path here.
You have conquered the galaxy. You've destroyed thousands of worlds.
Oh my gosh, this is quite the time jump. Again, why is... Again, like I said, I haven't read the books. How is Duncan here?
Beyond redemption.
Visuals again look great in these movies.
A peace proposal.
Peace is a good thing. Why should I refuse?
Why should you? Why are you asking a question?
Because it's meant to destroy you.
Oh. Oh,
Strike the core.
oh, is that them like seeing all that water, after growing up on the desert planet?
You intend to kill Paul?
Regime change.
Idiot. You just signed our death warrants.
Yeah, at the same time, with the way Paul's acting, maybe it wouldn't be a bad thing. Just depends on who does it.
I found someone.
Oh, get that sandworm.
The future has a way of talking to me.
Gosh, I love the cinematography in these so
How
much.
does it feel to be human like everyone else, Paul Atreides?
Ooh. Ooh, she's like really mad at him, and for good reason.
No
Oh,
fear.
what the? That's supposed to be his sister, right? Played by Anya Taylor-Joy?
You sound like an Atreides.
I've been told I was one.
Oh, there's the chanting coming in, which was really good in the first trailer. Oh, oh, that's cool.
Forgive me for all I've done.
For all he's done, because it sounds like he's become basically a tyrant taking over the galaxy. That was... I was honestly couldn't really speak through that because I was just hooked by that trailer. This looks so good. I'm so excited for this. Again, I love how they can take something that's so, stark and barren as a desert and make it just so visually interesting with the way that they do the cinematography. It really looks fantastic. And the fact that we're getting, three movies for this trilogy out in just like 5 years time. Like, so there's only like a couple year gap between each of the movies, basically. And the first two, like I said, very good. And the third one's looking good. If they can nail this landing, this is going to be one of the best trilogies of movies ever made, honestly. Like 3 super high quality films all releasing within 5 years. Really, really good. Let's take a closer look at that, because like I said, I love the visuals, but there's some interesting details also with the way it's in the subtitles brought things up that I want to point out. Like, you guys can't see the subtitles because I edit the footage in for the reaction after the fact. But I had subtitles on, and there's some interesting details that I wanted to bring up from that. All right, let's take a closer look at this trailer. I was not expecting them to open with this fight here between Paul and Chani. And it really does feel like that. While there's going to be, other like potentially straight up villains in the movie, like Robert Pattinson's character, it's really doesn't feel like, Paul is the hero. Like, he may be the protagonist of this still because these movies have been his story, but he doesn't feel like the hero anymore in this one. Now, like, look at that. That is not the same Paul that we once knew. Fully embrace. Oh, wait, hold on. I just go back. It looks like 2 kids playing in the same. Are those Paul and Chani's kids? I was going to bring this up with a shot later in the trailer, but I didn't realize that it looked like that was them right there. Because this movie definitely, it's just based on also like his hair and the way they talked about that he's conquered the galaxy at this point. It feels like this movie is going to be jumping around a little bit, at least maybe in the first act or two, in terms of timeline, to show basically like this is how it started and this is what Paul becomes after all the years, basically. It does seem like there's going to be some time jumps in this one. Yeah, the set design and everything for these movies is so good. Like that's awful. Like, it reminds me of the X-Men cover, which is what my brain went to because I'm nerdy, like the one with Wolverine on the X-Cross. But yeah, this right here. Go back to this. Yeah, what the subtitles say, right? Where is it? Come on, subtitles. I know. I just saw it. I literally just right there. This is Jason Momoa's character, who died in the first one, and his name was Duncan. But here it says hate. Again, like I said, I haven't read the books, and I don't want to be spoiled going into this movie. I actually kind of like the fact that I don't know what's coming in the books before watching this movie. I think that's going to make it a great viewing experience. But interesting name change. And later in the trailer, he talks about how they told me I was an Atreides, and I'm like, so he doesn't really seem to have, like, maybe they, like, however he was resurrected, he doesn't have the memories of who he was. Maybe the people who resurrected him didn't know his name was Duncan, and that's why he wasn't going by Duncan. I don't know. I'm very curious. Like, bringing him back is very interesting, and I'm very curious how that's going to play out. He was a great character in the first movie. I thought he was great. So I'm very curious to see how this version of him is going to play a role in this movie. I mean, I can already see how some way he's going to play a role, because Duncan was, Paul's mentor, his friend, basically his brother in arms. So bringing a version of him back when Paul is getting to like his lowest point, farthest from who he's supposed to be and who he was, it makes sense from a storytelling perspective. I'm just curious how that's actually going to play out. Dennis, come on, let's wrap up this incredible trilogy you got here. Yeah, a peace proposal that they have here. And Florence Pugh is back as the princess. It seems like we're going to get a lot more of these crazy battle scenes in this movie compared to the other. Like, 2 had some awesome action in the third act, like really, really good. But it does seem like 3 is going to step that up a notch even further with the big action scenes. Again, this is Robert Pattinson's character. He looks nothing like Robert Pattinson. The hair and makeup team did a very good job here. But it seems like he's meant to be our villain of the movie. at the same time, like I said, that Paul isn't really a hero. Like, he's just the protagonist. So this is our antagonist. Like, maybe not necessarily villain. We don't know his full motivations, but the way he talked about regime change and stuff like that ekes like evil in his tone. So he still sounds like a bad guy, but I mean, Paul's definitely not that good at this point. Also, he seriously looks like a Jedi right there. Yeah, this shot right here, all the Fremen, it looks like, that are fighting in Paul's army and they're helping him take over the galaxy, and they are on a world, like, maybe this is even the planet where House Atreides is from. Because I remember that had a lot of oceans and gray sky. Maybe it's the same planet, maybe it's different. But either way, them seeing all this water must be amazing for them, because, you know, they grew up on Arrakis, where there was no water. Basically, they had to salvage every bit of water possible from everything, including their own bodies and the bodies of the dead and stuff like that. So seeing an entire ocean of water must just be remarkable. I feel like this scene's going to be really, really good, especially with Javier Bardem's acting. Yep, the way he says regime change there just tells my evil detector is going off here. Like, even if, like, you know, Paul kind of needs to be taken out because he's, you know, because of what he's done and what's happened to him, what he's turned into, I don't think this character has the right motivation for it. Like, a potentially positive end goal for the galaxy as a whole, but not the correct motivation for it. And she's terrified. She's terrified of Paul, because she's, you know, been by his side this whole time through all the changes he's gone through. I will say I'm glad that we got more shots with the sandworm in this trailer. I know that, you know, the sandworm is just a part of it, but it is one of the most iconic parts, if not the most iconic part of the Dune series. People know about the sandworm, even if they don't really know about Dune. So I don't think the first trailer had it at all, so I'm glad that they brought it into this trailer. Now that I'm going back, I think that's supposed to be the only one who would be staying here would be Chani, I think. So the whole point is that it's the two women in his life looking at him, the one he married for political reasons and the one he actually loves. Gosh, again, I don't think it's going to end well for Paul. Oh yeah, I want to go back to, like, another shot of the sandworm there because it looks great. To me, the way that they're clambering over the ridge right here makes it look like they summoned it specifically to attack the vehicle here, and then there's Robert Pattinson's character, like, hiding and hoping it doesn't eat him. And then there's this. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be, like I said, I think Anya Taylor-Joy is playing Paul's sister, now grown up, basically, because, like, that's how much time has supposedly passed. But yeah, that's what it looks like to me, and you're just got to go, what the heck happened here, right? Whatever it was not good. Gosh, again, the action scenes are going to be so good in this movie. Yep, this right here, this was the one I wanted to go and talk about, where it looks like that they had a kid, but now I realize they both have slings like that, and we see two kids playing in the sand next to Chani in that earlier shot in the trailer. So this is, again, part of the whole time jump thing. And with how grainy this particular shot is compared to some of the other shots, which are super clear, I'm wondering if the graininess is going to be used to show scenes that are in the past. Like, maybe some of these time jumps are going to be more, we'll be seeing a lot of flashbacks kind of thing. Because this is, like, so much grainier than anything else in this trailer. Like, there's a couple other shots that are grainy, but this one's, like, super grainy. So I get the sense that it's meant to be a flashback to remember happier times before Paul became who he is now. Yeah, like this here, that shot's grainy as well. But all these action scenes here look a lot clearer. I love that shot with the worm coming up like that. Yep, Dune Part 3. I am very excited for this movie. Like I said, it looks visually great. I'm excited to see how this trilogy is going to be wrapped up. I know that there are a lot more books than this, because this is based off of just the first 2 books, and there's, like, what? I'm probably wrong. I think there's at least 7. But the fact that these 3 movies are just based off the first 2 means that there is a lot more to the story, but this is the director, the way he says that, like, when he made the first one, he made it with the goal of, I'm going to eventually do the second one. And he did. And when he made the second one, he said, well, I'd like it, if it's possible, to wrap it up as a trilogy and adapt Messiah. And now he gets to do that. So his intention, from what he's talked about it, is that this can be the end of the series, but then maybe there's potential growth for other directors who want to work on it when he's done with this series, because I think he's going to be directing the next James Bond after this. Well, they have to cast a James Bond first, but I think he's going to direct the next Bond. That when he moves on to those things, then it's going to be like, hey, this story, like Paul's story is wrapped up, but the Dune universe is now there for other directors to continue the story, kind of thing, which I don't know if I'd really keep watching after that, because this director had a very clear vision. I think that's what's part of what made it so appealing. But it would be interesting to see if they do try to continue it after this. But either way, this is aiming up to be the grand finale of this story, even if there's more to tell later. There you have it. That was my reaction to the official trailer for Dune Part 3. Like I said, it looks epic. It looks like it's going to be a crazy conclusion. I'm excited to watch this movie because I really enjoyed the first 2. But it's also really interesting that we got this trailer at this point in the month. I honestly thought they were going to be saving this trailer for ComicCon itself, which is in a couple of weeks. I'm also expecting like an Avengers Doomsday trailer at ComicCon because Marvel's doing a Hall H panel. So if this trailer was already dropping here, that means if other studios are following suit, or even just Warner Brothers doing with their other movies, there could be other trailers dropping the next couple of weeks before I even get to doing my reactathon for Comic-Con drops. So, because I always do a reactathon for like Comic-Con, D23, Super Bowl, stuff like that, where I just react to a bunch of trailers in a row. But since this one's released by itself, it gets its own video. And I'll have another reaction video bright and early tomorrow, because there's going to be a new teaser trailer for Godzilla Minus Zero. That one might be a much shorter one. This was an almost 3-minute trailer. The next one may not even be a minute long, probably even 30 seconds from what I've heard. But either way, there's going to be a bunch of trailer reactions this month because of Comic-Con festivities and the like. So they're excited to check those out, and they're excited to watch Dune when it comes out in December. I'm definitely going to go see it. But anyway, that's good for this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please drop a like and a comment down below if you did. You're subscribed if you haven't already. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye, guys!